Hey road travelers, so this is future editing me. I'm in Houston, Texas. The wedding is tomorrow, big day. So I did want to explain to you guys that I will be interrupting this vlog because there were lots of parts that just did not make sense because I didn't vlog when I was supposed to vlog, or I didn't explain certain things just because this trip took a lot out of me. This was my last trip for the month of March. And yeah, it was just a lot going on. So yeah, I am going to be explaining to you guys everything that is happening. I'm gonna attempt to have this vlog scheduled to drop tomorrow. I don't know if I told you guys, but I am in the bridal party tomorrow. We have hair, makeup, pictures, and then the ceremony, reception. Like, there's a lot happening tomorrow. So and then I fly out the next day, and then I have something to handle on Tuesday. So I'm gonna be busy, so if I don't respond to the comments right away, I haven't forgotten about you guys. So I just wanted to explain that I will be interrupting this vlog to explain to you what is happening, because this vlog is kind of all over the place because this trip kind of took a toll on me. So I hope you guys enjoy, and yeah. Good morning, you all. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you're subscribed, and if you're new, welcome to the world of bliss. I'm Liz, and I hope that you stick around, like, subscribe, and turn your post notification bell on so you become a part of my world. I hope you guys can hear me. Today's the start of day 1 of 4. It's currently 4:41 in the morning. I have a 3-flight day. This was a non-commutable trip, so I came in last night. Just got dropped off, and we're about to do a Richmond turn and overnight in Charlotte. But first, coffee immediately.
Yeah, leave me. Dipping out on me already. Got what you needed, I guess. Quickly learned yourself on me already. Gave you what you needed, I guess. Yeah. So I'm not with nobody, cause I don't wanna hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody.
Hey guys, so it's currently 5:51. We were supposed to be here at 12:40, so literally 5 hours ago. We've been delayed all day, and our day started off with a 2-hour delay in LaGuardia when we pushed back from the gate to work our flight to Richmond. There was an error message that came up on one of the computers in the flight deck, so we had to taxi back into the gate. Maintenance thought it was going to be a quick fix. It ended up taking over 2 hours for them to reboot the system, remove the computer, add in a new computer, and then change something in the nose of the aircraft. By that time, we ended up leaving New York a little over 2 hours from our original scheduled departure time. And then when we finally made it to Richmond, there was a ground stop for LaGuardia, and we waited in Richmond for about an hour 45, an hour 50 before we could take off. And by the time that we took off from Richmond is the time that I was supposed to be taking off for Charlotte. So I ended up misconnecting to work the earlier Charlotte flight to get me in at 12:45. So I ended up getting on a later flight that got me in, and now I'm at 11 hours, a little under 11 hours of rest time. So I was supposed to be keeping my original pilots the entire 4 days of this trip, but they got rerouted somewhere else, and they added new pilots on this trip, so I may or may not meet up with my original pilots. And I worked with a reserve this morning, so I'm also not sure who I'm going to be working with come tomorrow. So I'm about to do my room routine, take a shower, and call it a night because we have a 4:30 a.m. van. Good morning, you all. Good morning. It is currently 4:21. I have 9 minutes to be downstairs, but I just wanted to, you know, say hello for today. Today's day 2 of 4, and it's a 2-flight day. Charlotte to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Savannah, Georgia, done by 10:50 a.m. Psych! And it's St. Patrick's Day. And if you don't know, Savannah is like one of the best places to be for St. Patty's Day. I'm not gonna talk too much into detail because the day that we had yesterday is kind of anticipated, you know, if you speak too soon. So I don't think I'm gonna go out today just because I have to get some last minute things for the wedding. So we're gonna go shopping today, but let me finish getting ready, and I'll catch you guys a little later on.
Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say.
Alrighty, on the plane, got a 20-minute delay due to fog in LaGuardia. Did my pre-flights, bags are up. This Frosty Chino from Wendy's slaps. The vanilla frosty hit. So I'm just gonna set up my basket. I only have 2 customers in first class, and it's a light load in the main cabin. All right, y'all, it's 9:50. We're in New York's LaGuardia. Worked the flight from Charlotte here. You guys know we had a 20-minute delay. Our flight that was 1 hour and 15 minutes ended up being almost 3 hours because we held for almost 2 hours in the air as soon as we were able, well, we got clearance to land at first, and then the fog was just really bad. The minimum visibility that they needed to land, they couldn't. So we circled and circled and circled. We almost diverted to Baltimore, and at the very last second of us almost needing to divert to get more fuel, we were able to land. I think we were like one of the few planes able to land. Airport is packed. Our flight to Savannah, our inbound, has diverted somewhere upstate New York, and it has not taken off yet. And we're just waiting around. Everyone's on top of each other. So we have a rolling delay because our plane has diverted and it has not taken off yet. So once it lands, we'll make our way to Savannah. We were supposed to be halfway to Savannah at this point, but we're still in New York. And yeah, weather is pretty crappy out. And that's all that I have for you guys.
I wanna be around while you chasing. You wanna hit me up when you make it. You're trying to come back when you're famous. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not base.
Hey, road travelers. So we are in Charlotte, Savannah. It is currently 2:55. I need to be out of here in the next 5 minutes. We're supposed to be here at 2:40. No, 10:40. Oh my gosh, I am so flustered. Okay, so you know what, I'm gonna talk to you guys when I come back in. Me and my flying partner, we're gonna go to the mall real quick because I need to find some shoes for the wedding, and then we want to get food. So I think I need to just eat and then just gather my thoughts because I feel so flustered. So once I get my thoughts and my life together, I'll fill you in on everything. So yeah.
I always want the truth, but it's dangerous.
Hey, road travelers. So I just wanted to explain day 2 of the trip. The last scene when I was speaking to you guys, I was a bit flustered, a lot flustered, because so much was just happening. So we had 2 flights that day. We were originally supposed to be done by like 10:30, 10:40 in the morning, and we were supposed to have the rest of the entire day to ourselves. When we started off in Charlotte, we had a 20-minute delay due to fog in NYC. Little did we know that that fog would turn into us almost having to divert in Baltimore. We originally were supposed to have a flight time of 1 hour and 15 minutes, and that turned into over 3 hours, I want to say. I think we blocked in over 3 hours because the weather never cleared up. Captain came on, said that we would be diverting to Baltimore just because we just could not land. Like, the minimum visibility to land in LaGuardia was not there. So at the last minute, Captain called us saying, hey, never mind, we're going to LaGuardia. They said that we could land, and we probably were one of maybe 2 flights that were able to get in before they closed down LaGuardia again. So when we got to LaGuardia, we had a plane swap to work the flight to Savannah. We lost our pilots because that was the end of day 5 for them, and we were supposed to be getting new pilots. So we walked over to our gate just to find out that our inbound plane has diverted to upstate New York. Now, it took them a while. I think it took operations and tower a while to realize, hey, this is the only flight that has a full crew. Why don't we give them the plane that the flight attendants brought in? So it took them maybe over an hour for them to figure out that, hey, there's a plane and we have a full crew. If we can, let's try to get this flight out. And that's what they did. But with the new plane that we had, it was a newer version of our CRJ 900 aircraft, and that aircraft holds 6 less seats than the regular 900, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me because I've mentally checked out of work. And now the flight has been oversold, so gate agent needs to buy off 6 customers just because now there's more people than we have seats. And ultimately it took them a while to do it, and it took them a while to print out paperwork for the pilots. Once we boarded up and got everyone on the plane, we probably closed up maybe 45 minutes after that, just because there was still a lot going on. And then it took us a while to push back from the gate, and it was just a lot happening, and that flight was not understanding. 80% of the guests were very rude. But yeah, so when I got to my overnight in Savannah, I just mentally was not in that headspace to talk about the day that I had. And I'm just giving you guys the nice version because I just don't want to go into detail, because just so much happened, and I just felt like safety comes first. You should not point your fingers at the flight crew. Our #1 priority is safety, to get you to your location from point A to point B and everything in between. And that was the end of that day. So let's get back into the vlog. Good morning, you all. Good morning. Today is day 3 of 4. Tomorrow's go home day. It's 5:19. We have a 5:30 a.m. van. 4-flight day today. Savannah to LaGuardia, Pittsburgh turn, and we end up in Albany, New York later this evening. So long duty day, over 12-hour duty day, and we're going to knock out today. Bags are packed. I'm about to go down a little early so I can get some coffee, and I'll catch you guys most likely this evening.
Got something real not basic. You wanna get when you stop. Yes, I'm hurting, yes, I'm jaded. Most of these things I don't wanna say. I wanna be around while you're chasing. You wanna hit me up when you make it. You'll try to come back when you're famous. I always want the truth, but it's dangerous. You got something real, not basic. You wanna get me to stop. Yeah. Those on this side, those over on this side. Hey, told me about all your insecurities, what? Drag me like 2 hours to your family's house for what? Said you need some time, but I should stick around for what? Always felt like sticking around the same as being stuck. And like guns with the ink in it, getting under my skin. Pretty little young thing, had a nigga confidence, got me too excited.
Good morning, you all. Good morning. Today is day 4 of 4, 3-flight day. Albany to LaGuardia, Asheville turn, and then we're done by 2:57. And I didn't plan my commute accordingly because so there's weather coming through New York, and I don't know what's gonna happen. So it may be go home day and it may not be go home day. So yeah, let's head out. It's currently 4:46. We have a, oh geez, no, it's not 4:46. That's wrong. Clearly that's wrong. It's 6:48. We have a 6:55 shuttle. We had issues with transportation getting here yesterday, so hopefully there's transportation to take us to the airport. Psych! So I'll catch you guys a little later on. This vlog is going to be all over the place, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do like voiceovers to explain what's been happening, because I just have not been in the mood after my work trip. So yeah.
God does the same thing I do for a living, but it's way less wavy. How you even manage to keep straight faces and all the pictures that I've seen lately. Lord knows you still look amazing. That's besides the point I'm making. You're way too opinionated. I have to force it, I have to fake it. Have potential, I could've shaped it. You went and caved in, we could've waited. I wasn't rushing, difference in ages. You're old enough, but you're still a baby. You shared stories when you did amazing things.
Is that my papa's? That's my papa's. That's my papa's. That's my big boy. That's my big boy. All right, road travelers, so let's talk about this last day. Let's talk about the end of day 3 before we talk about the last day. So the end of day 3, we had 4 flights: Savannah to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh to LaGuardia. Let's talk about that Pittsburgh to LaGuardia flight. So that day our crowds were pretty great for the most part, because the first day, second day, and last day of the trip, the crowds were a bit questionable, but that day the crowds were good. So when we landed in from Pittsburgh, there was just so much congestion on the tarmac. The flight was a short flight. I believe it was like under an hour. And we sat on the tarmac for an hour and a half before we could taxi into the gate, just because of congestion. Like, there were flights that were just delayed from the day before and the day before that. Just everyone is just catching up on time. A few customers having really tight connections, but because it was kind of earlier in the day, if they didn't make it on their first flight, there was a possibility that they would make it on the flight that they were probably rebooked on. It was just chaos. When we landed, we had a plane swap, and our plane was coming in late, and I had lost yet another flight attendant. So I was on my 4th flight attendant at that point. Yeah, I was on my 3rd or 4th flight attendant at that point. And we were just waiting for the plane. When the plane finally came in, we had to wait for the cleaners to clean it up, and we boarded up the flight to work to Albany. But the Albany flight was a quick 30-minute flight. It wasn't a service for me in the main cabin, but my flying partner was working first class, so I made her in-flight announcements for her, and I helped her pass out snacks and drinks. Like, I helped her for most of the flight. It was really a quick flight. And then when we landed in Albany, there was no one available to pick us up. That hotel has a hotel shuttle, but our company has a third-party car service that they use to pick us up. So we called them before we even step off the aircraft. I believe the first officer called them just to tell them that, you know, hey, we need to be picked up. And they said that they'd be there like in a few minutes. So we deplaned everyone, walked out there. We were waiting for like 20 minutes. We called them again. They said that it would be 45 minutes until they pick us up. 45 minutes ended up turning into an hour. Mind you, there were no taxis available. My pilots were trying to find desperately for taxis. There were no taxis in the taxi line. And then he ultimately made the decision just to call an Uber and a Lyft. There wasn't an Uber available, but I believe there was a Lyft, or a vice versa. And it took us a while for him to find a driver because there were no drivers available. And when he finally found a driver, he booked us an Uber XL. The driver came with his dog, and we were wondering how are we gonna fit, but there was like 1 row in the trunk. So my captain just volunteered to take that seat since the dog was sitting in the front. So we were just packed in there like sardines, plus 4 luggages, 4 tote bags. Some of us had lunchbox. I didn't have a lunchbox. I was holding my bag, and we just rode to the hotel, and the hotel knows nothing about you know, picking us up or any of that, because like I said, our company authorizes for a third-party site to pick us up. Well, that effect of not having a driver pick us up that afternoon turned into not having pickup to be dropped off at the airport the next morning. So there was a hotel van and there was a driver available, but they, you know, denied to take us because they said that they aren't authorized to take us anywhere. So we originally had a 6:55 pickup time with the van. The van never showed up. The company called, the captain called the company, just let them know that, hey, it's not on us, we're all downstairs and there's no car to pick us up. The driver won't take us. At this time, we're past our report time, which is 7:15. We're looking for Ubers and Lyfts. There's no drivers available, literally no drivers available. It's the same issue that we had the day before. So now it's about like 7:35. This is 15 minutes now after our report time, and our captain is finally able to get a driver to come to us. And we get to the airport. There's no known crew member. That's our security for flight attendants and pilots. So we have to go through regular security like everyone else. The TSA agent gave me a hard time with my badge. No, I have yet to receive my badge, but I called my manager and I'll be getting my badge before the end of the month. So I need to make a pit stop at a base to pick up my badge, and I'll have my badge before my next trip, which is the beginning of April. So customers were understanding that operations had already talked to the gate agent let them know that we didn't have any transportation to get to the airport, and they were a great crowd. That first flight was great, and then we had an Asheville turn. They were okay. And then I booked my commute flight home really tight. I forgot that Saturday is limited service at LaGuardia, at least within like my airline and the bigger airline. At LaGuardia, Saturday is our slow day, so most flights are out pretty early. So I was not able to catch a direct flight home, but I was cutting it close with my commute flight. But thank God that my commute flight was coming in late, and that gave me enough time to catch that flight. And then when I got to Atlanta, my second leg into Jacksonville was delayed by like 5 hours. And then just being gone for 5 days, because I don't know if I told you guys, but I had to commute in the day before for this trip because this trip was not commutable. So all in all, we knocked it out. I think I had like about 5 flying partners this trip. But the last set of pilots that I end up having were the pilots that we started off the trip with when we had the Richmond delay. So I think it all worked out. Our first officer was on OE, and he actually worked during a hectic IROP, which is irregular operations. So that was kind of like something nice to like step his feet in. He didn't have like a sweet little OE, but he passed his OE training, and that was the end of that trip. I got home, I showered, and I just mentally checked out, and I'm like, thank the heavens I do not have to return back to work until April 1st, because I was telling myself, oh, I'll just pick up something light, you know, help someone out. But no, I just did not have it in me. Like if I had it in me, I would have, but no. So I am currently on vacation up until today, and then I have the rest of the month off, just so I could give myself time to regroup for the wedding. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this vlog. I'm sorry that it was kind of all over the place. Be sure to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn your post notification bell on. Like I said, I'll be responding to the comments late. Maybe I'll find time to comment or respond back to the comments, but I'll be responding late because tomorrow's a big day and this vlog's going up tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in my next video, whenever that is, because like I said, I haven't worked in about 2 weeks, or yeah, you guys, yeah, it'll be a while since, I don't know, we'll figure something out. So bye road, bye.